MD Prepper here, asking you the question, do you store salt? And if so, how much? Salt is very important. Necessary nutrient for the body, for your body to work. Get your sodium potassium pumps working and your nerve cells firing. So lack of salt's a problem in any kind of major emergency. Throughout history, salt has been key to civilizations. But getting sent off to the salt mines was fate worse than death, or might actually be death. So kind of hard to get salt in the natural world unless you live near the coast or an actual salt mine. So how much of this do you have stored up in case of emergency? You say, I'm just going to be seasoning my food with it. I don't need that much, a few pounds. Well, what about food preservation long term? Salt pork is a staple. If you're hunting wild hogs, wild game, the easiest way to store that stuff is salt pork. Forget the freezer, lasts longer. And again, gives you the salt that you can use to cook with and everything else. Beyond preservation of meat, you can use it to clean cast iron pots and other various items. And like I say, tastes good. It's also good to add to boiled water after a contaminated water situation or on a hike, something like that. You got to boil your water first. Add a little pinch of salt in there. The water's going to taste a whole lot better. Now, you can buy salt like this, iodized salt. This is Dollar Tree brand, 2 for $1, I believe they were most recently. But it depends on where you live if you actually need the iodine supplementation. If you live in high altitude mountainous regions where iodine tends to be washed away down the mountainside, then yeah, iodized is probably a good idea. If you live in lower areas like South Carolina, we've got it naturally in the soil in very high quantities. Before being called the Palmetto State, we were called the iodine state, or as my grandfather used to call it, the iodine state. So it just depends on where you're getting your local produce and the rest of your diet. So cheapest way is not to buy it in this form. Cheapest way is to buy it in bulk. You can go to Tractor Supply or some other farm and fleet, I presume, and they've got 25-pound bags of rock salt for water filtration, softening your water from well water here in the South at least. I believe a 25-pound bag is $5 or $6. You definitely want the stuff that's 100% salt. Don't get there's other chemicals and things to keep your pipes clean and whatnot. Don't get that. You can grind that stuff up as you need it, break it up, etc. Of course, salt can also be used to keep ice off driveways and roadways. Might be useful in an emergency situation. Not what I'm going to be using it for here in the South. So, also you can buy the salt lick blocks at the farm supply stores like Tractor Supply. It says not for human consumption, but it has to say that. Salt is salt. Don't get the mineral rock, get just the salt lick. That will actually fit down in a 5-gallon bucket if you want to store that long term. And you just chip off what you need as you need it. So, don't forget about salt. Very useful stuff. With the right chemical training, chemistry training, and electrical skills, you can actually use saline salt water to make fresh chlorine, to purify your drinking water, that kind of stuff. So that's a little more advanced. There's some devices out there that you can buy. Got a review on it. So how much salt do you have? How much salt do you intend to get? Because I'm definitely going to continue to add to my salt storage. Living out here in the woods, power ever goes out, chances of it getting back on quickly in any kind of major emergency is going to be slim. And salt's not going to go bad as long as I keep it dry and out of sight, out of mind. It'll sit there forever. Might clump up a little bit maybe if you get some moisture in it, but hey, whatever. Let me know your thoughts. MD Prepper out.